Hey guys, how's it going? It is your pal Sal here, and tonight I'm really excited because today is July 1st and Netflix has just dropped their first season, although according to this, it's not really a season, but it's a volume one of their new version of Unsolved Mysteries. So a little interesting, that's not really interesting. Well, I guess it's interesting, but I have loved Unsolved Mysteries for almost as long as I can remember. Well, actually, I would argue sixth grade is where I started watching it. But I used to love this show. I forget what it was called, but it was like 100 like video countdown things. And one of the shows that always came on, I remember it was on Spike TV, was Unsolved Mysteries, and it was obviously the Dennis Farina Unsolved Mysteries. And I remember I was just in love with the show. I was like, this is crazy and cool, and like it just the way that Unsolved Mysteries like did all their segments is just honestly it's like it's pretty incredible, and it's like it can be scary at sometimes and so heartfelt at the other times. So personally, I grew up on the Dennis Farina brand of Unsolved Mysteries, and I was introduced like through YouTube and through the DVDs to the Robert Stack version of Unsolved Mysteries. And a little controversial opinion about me, I like them both. I like them both for different reasons. I appreciate them both for different reasons. Obviously, I do think that the Robert Stack ones are better, but I'm always gonna have an appreciation for the Dennis Farina ones because those are what I first saw. So I'm about to watch the first episode of this new Unsolved Mysteries. I don't know if it has a host or not. I guess I'll find out if it's just like kind of like an unnamed host or something like that. But I'm gonna watch the first episode of this and tell you guys what I think because I'm pretty excited to see a new episode of Unsolved Mysteries. I mean, there's thousands of them. And I remember when a bunch of them used to be on YouTube, and then whoever owns them took them down, and then they appeared on Amazon Prime and some other like channels like that, usually for free. So I mean, it's not hard to watch the original series or even the Dennis Farina one, but today we're checking out this new Netflix one. I got a free trial from Netflix. I signed up for it. I don't have Netflix. I never really use it. Oddly enough, I have Netflix DVD. I've been testing that out for a couple of months now. But I got a free trial just to watch this. So without further ado, I'm going to turn this off, and then I'll let you guys know when I come back how I feel about it. So this first episode is called Mystery on the Rooftop. So I'm excited, guys. So here we go. First episode of the new Unsolved Mysteries. Let's do it. Okay, guys. So I just finished watching the brand new first episode revival of Unsolved Mysteries, and whoa. Okay, so a couple of things. This first episode deals with the murder. After watching this, I'm going to go ahead and say that. I'm not going to spoil too many things, but I think that they kind of give that away in the first couple of things. But it tells the story of a guy named Ray Rivera who, according to the police, committed suicide. Again, I don't want to go into too many details, but on everything that that was revealed to me with what I know about logic, he did not commit suicide. But I don't want to give too much away because, you know, I want you guys to go and watch this when you get the chance because it's worth it. So a couple of things. I guess we're just going to talk about, like, how different it is from the original Unsolved Mysteries. So this is the first time I believe Unsolved Mysteries has done that. As we all know, like, the episode usually they run about 45 minutes, standard, like, hour of TV. But there's, like, you know, 3 to 4 segments in it. Well, that is no longer with this new version of Unsolved Mysteries. One episode is one story. So this entire 51-minute episode, I believe, was all about Ray Rivera. And I don't know whether I loved that or didn't like it. Because I can tell you right here, that did not feel like I was sitting here for 51 minutes watching that. And I guess in a sense, maybe with, you know, the way streaming works, and I think with how people are regarding crime shows nowadays, because, you know, true crime and those podcasts and all that are like huge. I don't really watch or listen to those type of things. And I'm not judging if you do or not, because I mean I just watched Unsolved Mysteries, but like I just feel like when you listen and watch a lot of stuff like that, it can be taxing on you mentally, and it doesn't really do it to me. But like just for my own sake of mind, I just don't really watch a lot of stuff like this because it's sad. But I grew up watching Unsolved Mysteries, so I do like it there. So I'm not sure whether I love or hate the hour segment of just one thing. I was kind of like, ooh, what are we gonna get in this one episode? And it was just this one story. But I guess depending on how you are, it could be hit or miss for you. I'm kind of in the in between right now, so we'll see. There's only 6 episodes according to Netflix out right now, so that means literally only 6 segments. So we'll see how I feel about that as I watch the rest of the episodes. So let's talk about the theme real quick. It kind of starts off like a standard Unsolved Mysteries, and they have brought back a new version of the original 80s theme, which is so fitting, considering the 80s are in nowadays. So they brought, it's like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like a less epic version of the theme, but very modern to it. I kind of like it and I kind of dislike it. I wasn't getting pumped, which is weird that I would be interested to be pumped watching an episode about a murder, but that's what the original 80s theme was. It was spooky, but you're also like, yes, bitch, we're going in. So I don't know how I feel about it, but I kind of like it. And the one thing I know is towards the end of it, there's a silhouette of a man, and I'm pretty sure it's Robert Stack. So I'm here for that. That was pretty cool. So yeah, that was what I liked. I will say that the episode, well, it did give an Unsolved Mysteries thing, because the one thing with like a lot of true crime documentaries and all that stuff that airs on TV, they don't really involve most of the time. Sometimes, a lot of times they do, but sometimes they don't. They don't involve like the actual people who are present to it, the family members and everything. And that's what I always loved about Unsolved Mysteries, because they would have, usually how like the things work in these shows is that they have the people who tell the story who were actually there, and then they have actors usually who look a lot younger and modelier than the actual people playing the roles. But what's cool about Unsolved Mysteries is that most of the time they have the actual people who were there play themselves and react some things, which must be kind of like haunting for the people doing it, or like bizarre, but it works for television. I think it works pretty cool. This one I don't think they really had a whole lot of reenactments, because they did actually have at their hand a lot of home videos of Ray from his wife. So I'm not gonna go into detail about it, because I think you should go watch it. But what I took out of it was the man was murdered. It's confusing about the whole situation. This poor man's wife, oh my God, the whole time I was watching it, I was like, you poor, I don't know what her name is, but Miss Rivera, I'm so sorry that this happened to you. It was crazy watching this. And to the newscaster lady, I should have taken names, but I honestly forgot to. Smart woman, smart cookie, I liked her a lot. So the whole time I was watching this episode, though, I was pulled in. And that's pretty good. You want to pull in your audience. And the cool thing was when it ended, they didn't say it because they don't have a host. There's no host or narrator for it or anything like that, which I would kind of like. But I was kind of okay without it. I mean, we got 2 versions of the show with a host, so I guess maybe one without it, to bring it back. Not the worst thing. But at the end, it was like, please go to our website at unsolved.com. And I read that in Dennis Farina's voice. Like, so I appreciated that. Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. The case is really good, the first one. I'm actually excited to watch the rest of the episodes. I'm curious, like, I don't remember. Like, I feel like I only read about this a month ago, that there were new episodes coming to Netflix. But yeah, I am excited to watch the rest of the show. I think it is pretty cool. I'm assuming they're not going to be able to film anything until the coronavirus pandemic dies down. And maybe that's why they only had 6 episodes to start with. I'm not sure about that. But all in all, I think people who are pure 80s heads and love their 80s version of Unsolved Mysteries really won't like it. Because some people are just so picky. But you know what? It's got some of the original music. That's one thing I wanted to bring up. The background music for most of the show, like not the theme, was just kind of forgettable. And I was like, hey, Unsolved Mysteries, can we maybe pull out a little more effort? Like, maybe look at the old 80s themes you had and revamp them? Just a thought. I wasn't too mad, but that could use a little improving. But like I was saying, I don't think a lot of people who are pure 80s, like, heads of it, are gonna love it a whole lot. I'm pretty open, so if you do like it, I'm glad you did. But I could see, like, it does, in a sense, feel very modern. and you could like take out the Unsolved Mysteries thing about it, and maybe it wouldn't ring true. But I think it's okay. I think it's a good start. It'll be interesting to see where this heads. Before I go, I just wanted to talk about, I was thinking, I was like, what's the one episode of Unsolved Mysteries that has always stuck out to me? And I'm just gonna, this is the first one that came to my head. I don't know if it's always gonna be the number one, but it was like a little girl. Her name was Annette, I don't know how to say her last name. But basically she was kidnapped one night from her house and then was never seen again. And I always, the case was really interesting to me. If you look it up, I'm gonna, oh my god, last name is so butchered. It was like Annette C something. But that's an episode that's always stuck out with me. So what is an episode that stuck out with you guys? And as always, please do not forget on these videos to comment, like, and subscribe. What did you think of this new show? I would love to know. I will see you guys very soon. This was fun to do. I'm excited to see where Unsolved Mysteries is headed, and I had a lot of fun, so thank you guys. I'll see you soon. And again, if you have any information, I only watched one episode about Ray Rivera, please go to the website at unsolved.com.